David, you just came back from a trip, and you did both delivering dignity, you did End FGM, and you did Project 97. Phenomenal times, I hear. You say it's one of your best trips ever. Let's start with delivering dignity. Talk about what happened.
Yeah, I think it was an amazing moment. This was the first time I did to a very huge number of girls, because the school went 560 girls, but we only earned 503 sanitary kits. So it was amazing to see all these girls just coming along. We find them when they were just done with their games, and they were so happy that the school was almost 2 days to close. So when we delivered the dignity kit, when they saw that there was innerwears, that is panties, there was sanitary towels, there was a soap. I mean, they were so gracious, and they were so happy that they were saying that, thank God that even if school are closing right now, we will be safe at homes before we come back to school. It is a girls' school, so they expressed to me how needful it is for them to get the sanitary towels.
So when these girls go home, why is that a problem? What's the challenge with them at home?
Most of them, they do not have sanitary towels. So if their cycles come along, they will just end up suffering or using the rags or using the old clothes. So when they are able to have a package which they can go and use well at home before they come back to school, it saves them from shame. It saves them from feeling unwanted, because they have like to live a secluded life on their own. So giving them the sanitary, that makes a whole difference to them.
Amen. Amen. Yeah. And then you went and you did End FGM. Tell us a little bit about the community that you went to. Very patriarchal. Talk about that.
I mean, it is one of a community, although it is in Maas Island, but they kind of have a very old traditions and culture whereby women do not own anything. That even when a husband dies, the goats and the cows, they will be taken away by the brothers or the brother of the husband. So the woman will end up not having anything. She will become like a beggar once again. And actually, we were able to see one family whose their father died worth more than 1,000 goats. But right now, the family is suffering because the brother who took over the goats and the livestock is kind of very jealous. He did not support the family. He did not support the orphans. So they are suffering. They cannot even afford food. The woman there, any wife, is not allowed to do business. So if I have married you, even if we do not have food, you cannot go to work and bring food to my house. This is what they say, that I married you. We did not marry. I married you. I own you. So we are not equal anywhere. You are my property. So it was kind of a heavy community to deal with. But thank God, at the end of the day, yeah, the results were higher than expected.
Well, talk about it. You had how many people? You said 250 to 300.
Yeah, we had an average of 250 to 300 people attending. And though this is also one of the training that we end, a lot of men coming, around 40 to 50 men. And they were very open to me when I started talking. And the way I do it for them to be easy on me is that I know my age set. So they have a name for my age set. It's called All Bucket. So when I introduce myself, I'm David, I'm of All Bucket age set. They are very happy. They know this is one of us. He knows and he understands us. So they were very able to open to me, tell me the troubles they go through, and we shared a lot on FGM until one of the teacher came out and said, I married my wife when she was not cut, and we stayed for 1 year, and we got a child, but I forced her to go through the cut, and I regret why I did that, because right now my wife suffers every month when her cycle is out. And now we have 4 kids. And every time she goes to give birth, she has to go through a hard time while giving birth because she has to be cut. And this is not the CS, but she has to be cut to give way for the baby to come out, which is very painful. And sometimes they end up bleeding.
And you had cutters there.
Yes, apparently I was able to ask our host how many cutters were there. And I noted that there were cutters because there was one woman stood out and said that if it means for me to be taken away from the women group because I've said no for my girls to be cut, let me be left alone. I will work for my life alone. I don't need to be in any women group if it means that if I don't cut my girls, I be chased away from the groups. And she was addressing, looking at a particular place. And that's why I got myself asking myself, why is it that that message is kind of sent to some people somewhere? And the host told me, yeah, that is a group of 7 women, and there are 7 cutters of this area. And one of them came later to the host and told him, if I have to die because of anger, because I'm stopping to do FGM, let me die. But from today, I'm not going to cut any other girl. I'll just find my own way to get meals for my family. And for me, that was the highest point for me to take home.
Now, I don't understand. She's a woman, so she has a job. So that's a job, but women aren't allowed to have jobs.
She doesn't have a husband. So whatever the livestock she owned were taken. So now she has to go looking for many jobs to do to raise her family.
Gotcha.
And that was doing FGM was part of our main job.
Now you show the video of the 3 girls being circumcised. What happened when you showed that video?
We started with the women, and when the women saw, 2 women did not come back to the meeting. They just took their chairs and they just went to a secluded place and they started crying there. So I sent my team, my ladies, to go and talk to them. And it happened that one woman, our cousin, not a cousin, but a niece, died while she was going through FGM. And so it pained her to see the girl being cut and the blood coming out. So I think she remembered the way her niece passed because of the FGM, and it was painful. And all the women who attended the training, they were saying that they will not accept any of their girls to be cut. Then on the side of the men, after they saw the video, I think there is a picture whereby one man was holding himself like this. He is a pastor. And he said before the community, I have been a sellout. I've been a pastor. I've been telling people to stop FGM, but behind the scene, I've been doing it to my daughters. But I never know that this is how bad it is. And from today, I curse whoever will do anything from my lineage, whoever will do any cut for my girls on my lineage, I curse them. So that's how deep it was to the men.
Now, you also talked about basically the right to life for little children. You passed around the little baby, right? The little, not the baby, but the inside the womb, right? How did that go?
Yeah, we call it child development, where we teach the sanctity of human life, that life is given by God. You should not take life, abortion, and then we bring it to them also to understand whatever happens in the womb when the woman is pregnant. We do this because men do not understand. Actually, when men realize that their wife is pregnant, they stop coming near their wife, they stop sleeping in the same bed, they stop taking care of them, and they just start having another wife or marrying another wife or going to the first or second wife. So this woman go through the 9 months of agony alone. Nobody is there to uphold them. Nobody is there to talk to them. Nobody is there to support them. The culture there tells them that you should not eat so that the baby does not grow bigger so that you can be able to give birth well, because they tell them that we need the baby to be small so that she can come out. Reason being, the mother underwent FGM, so the scar cannot expand to allow the baby to come out. That's why they starve the mother. So the mother end up not having enough nutrients. And that's why we have several disabled children in the village. And the problem is, if you give birth to a disabled kid, you are deemed as a cursed family. So it's a whole of myth after myth after myth after myth and a culture. And that's why we are training them and trying to see where we can change.
Wow, that's incredible. Incredible.
It is.
But in the end, they basically said as a community, they did not want FGM in their community.
Completely. They all saying that they will never allow, for those who are there, they saying that we will never allow FGM to be done in our community. And they said the chief is here. In case we hear anything, we'll tell you, the chief. And in case you do FGM, term yourself as an outcast of this community.
Wow. And then after that, you did Project 9/7. How did that go?
Yes, it was a bit chaotic. We first gave out some food to the widows and the old, but there's at some time that it was a little bit chaotic, and we had to let the pastor and the chief take control of planning. But we were able to give, because the people are many, around 250 to 300, but we were able to give them food. For some, there's a family we went. The man has 2 wives, no livestock, he's a drunkard, and he has 19 children. One woman has 10 kids, the other one has 9. So they had not eaten the previous day. And the day before, they had only taken 1 meal. So in that 6 hours, they had only had 1 meal. So we were able to give them some food.
Well, David, great job. I know that was hard, and being away from your wife and family, but good job. Way to go.